Hi friends, today I am going to talk about how a substation DC-DB or DC distribution panel is designed for detection of arc fault on the DC system. If we talk about the schematic diagram of the substation DC system in normal condition, how it will look like. In normal condition, the substation DC system will look like this, what it has been shown in this diagram. This is the substation control battery that is connected across the DC-DB in parallel. So I have taken an example of substation DC and DC-DB operating at 120 volt DC. This is the field load. These field loads are basically the loads of relay, then various operating coils of circuit breakers, isolators and many others that are connected in parallel to the battery, that is 120 volt. Now in DC-DB we can see there is an arrangement. This arrangement is being done from the factory itself. So here we can see this is a resistance of around 30k ohms, and here also you can see a resistance of 30k ohms. So these two resistance are connected across the 120 volt DC, and in between we can see there is an earth. So these two resistance are so symmetrically connected so that there is no current flow from this side or either from this side. So because of that, there are two LEDs. This is also an LED. These two LEDs are connected. First, it is connected from positive DC arm to earth, and this LED is connected across negative arm to the earth. So the voltage across the positive DC to the earth is 60 volt, and on the other end from negative DC to earth it is also same. So these two resistance are so balanced that there is no leakage current flown through this earth. Hence in normal condition none of the LEDs glows. Let us see what happens when there is an arc fault on the DC system. So we will discuss both the cases when positive DC to earth fault occurs and also the negative DC to earth fault occurs. So here we can see this is the case of positive DC to earth fault, that is the positive arm of the battery or DC-DB comes in contact with earth. So this potential becomes equal to this potential. So now this potential becomes, that is the earth becomes positively charged, that is the earth becomes positive 60 volt and here it is negative 60 volt. So the voltage across negative DC arm to the earth becomes 120 volt. In the normal condition, the voltage across positive to earth was 60 volt, which has now become 0 volt. Hence, due to the formation of imbalance in voltage from positive to earth and from negative to earth, there will be a current flowing from negative DC arm to earth, and that current will let the LED to glow and also a siren to blow that will let the operators to know that there is an earth fault on the DC positive to earth. Now we can see the situation when negative DC to earth fault occurs. So here you can see there is an earth fault on the negative arm of the DC-DB or the battery. So because of the earthing of the negative arm of the DC, this earth potential and this negative arm comes to the same potential, and that is the earth potential becomes a 60 volt, negative 60 volt. So the voltage across the positive arm and the earth potential becomes 120. So because of the discharge of this 120 volt from positive DC to this earth, there is a leakage current flows through this from positive to earth. So because of this flow of current through this resistance and through this LED starts glowing and also give a siren for the operator. That way the operator comes to know that there is an earth fault on the negative arm of the battery or the DC-DB. However, as the DC loads are connected across positive arm to negative arm, the voltage across the field load never comes below with a single arm to earth fault. So the voltage across the field load still remains the same in the case of positive to earth fault or negative to earth fault. So friends, if you like the video as well as explanation, you please like, share and comment. Also don't forget to subscribe the channel as to get interesting videos on electrical engineering.